Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Microgrid Minute. Today we're diving into a topic that's really kind of electrifying the energy world, microgrids. You
Yeah.
know, those local energy grids that can operate independently or connect to the main power grid.
Right.
We've got a ton of research and expert insights to unpack, so let's get to it.
Yeah. What's really interesting is how microgrids are evolving. From niche
Yeah.
applications to mainstream solutions,
Yeah.
we're seeing a surge of interest from businesses, cities, and municipalities who are recognizing the potential of these systems to address some of their biggest energy challenges.
Absolutely. We're not just talking about keeping the lights on during an outage.
Right.
Microgrids offer a whole range of benefits that can really, I think, revolutionize the way we think about energy, especially for businesses and municipalities like yourselves.
Absolutely. As a microgrid expert, AJ Perkins puts it, a microgrid is not just parts, but partnerships. Its success lies in uniting technology with the needs of its community.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
So let's break down these parts and see how they all work together.
Okay, so let's start with the heart of any energy system,
Yeah.
generation.
Okay.
How do microgrids generate the power they need?
Well, the really cool thing about microgrids is their flexibility.
Okay.
They can use a mix of energy sources, both renewable and conventional.
Right.
Think solar panels, soaking up the sun, wind turbines, harnessing the breeze, or even natural gas or hydrogen fuel cells, providing a reliable base load.
Oh, wow. So it's about having options and tailoring that energy mix to the specific needs and location.
Exactly. A business in a sunny region might rely heavily on solar, while a coastal community could take advantage of wind power.
Right.
Some microgrids even combine multiple sources for maximum resilience.
Wow.
Imagine a system that blends natural gas, solar, and battery storage.
Oh, wow.
Talk about having all your bases covered.
Yeah, that sounds incredibly resilient.
It is.
But what happens when the sun sets or the wind dies down?
Right.
How do microgrids handle those fluctuations in renewable energy?
That's where energy storage comes in,
Oh.
and it's a game changer.
Okay.
Batteries are the most common form of storage, acting like giant reservoirs of power.
Okay.
They can soak up excess energy when it's abundant and release it when demand spikes or those renewable sources aren't available.
So it's kind of like having a savings account for energy.
Yeah.
You can deposit energy when it's plentiful and withdraw it when you need it.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And this ability to store energy not only enhances reliability, but also opens up exciting possibilities for cost savings and energy management.
Right.
But it's not just about batteries.
Okay.
Newer technologies like flywheels and hydrogen storage are emerging, offering even more options for the future.
That's cool. So we've got the power generated and stored, but how does it actually get to where it's needed?
Well, that's where the distribution network comes in.
Okay.
Think of it as the circulatory system of the microgrid,
Okay.
moving energy from generation to consumption points.
Yeah.
But it's much more than just wires and cables. These networks are designed to be intelligent and adaptable.
Okay, what do you mean by intelligent?
Well, microgrid distribution networks can intelligently manage the flow of energy,
Wow.
responding to changes in supply and demand in real time.
Okay.
They can reroute power around outages or maintenance minimizing disruption.
Wow.
And they can even optimize the use of renewable energy sources, ensuring you're getting the most out of your clean energy investments.
So it's like having a super smart traffic control system
Right?
for energy, directing the flow to where it's needed most. That's amazing.
It is.
But who's in charge of this intelligent system?
Yeah.
Who's making the decisions about how the energy is managed and distributed?
That would be the control system.
Okay.
If the distribution network is the circulatory system, the control system is the brain of the microgrid.
Okay.
It uses advanced software and even artificial intelligence to monitor and manage the entire system.
So I'm picturing like a high-tech control room with screens and flashing lights.
Oh.
Like something out of a sci-fi movie?
Well, it might not be that dramatic.
Okay. But the technology is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
The control system is constantly analyzing data, optimizing energy flow, and making adjustments to ensure everything runs smoothly and efficiently.
Wow.
It can even predict future energy needs based on patterns and weather forecasts.
So it's like having a personal energy assistant working behind the scenes 24/7 to save you money and keep your lights on. But speaking of keeping the lights on, what happens if the microgrid needs more power than it can generate itself?
Okay.
Can it connect to the main grid?
Absolutely. Microgrids are designed to be flexible.
Okay.
They can seamlessly connect to the main grid, allowing them to draw power when needed.
Okay.
This connection also enables them to sell excess power back to the grid, potentially generating revenue.
So it's like having the best of both worlds.
Right.
You can be independent when you need to, but you also have the security of the main grid as a backup.
Exactly. This flexibility is a key advantage of microgrids. But with all this connectivity, I have to ask about security.
With such complex systems, are microgrids vulnerable to cyber attacks?
That's a great question.
Security is absolutely critical,
Yeah.
and you're right to be concerned.
Yeah.
As microgrids become more sophisticated and interconnected, they become potential targets for cyber attacks.
Right.
That's why robust cybersecurity measures are essential.
So what kind of measures are we talking about?
Okay.
How do you protect a microgrid from these threats?
Well, it starts with strong encryption and secure communication protocols.
Okay.
Think of it as building a digital fortress around the control system.
Gotcha.
Then you need regular software updates to patch any vulnerabilities.
So it's like keeping your computer's antivirus software up to date,
Yeah,
but on a much larger scale.
precisely. And physical security is also important.
Well,
You need to protect the physical components of the microgrid from tampering or damage.
right.
Think fences, cameras, and access control systems.
So we've covered the essential components: generation, storage, distribution, control, interconnection, and security.
Right.
It's a lot to take in, but it sounds like these systems are incredibly robust and adaptable. But why should businesses and municipalities care?
Yeah.
What are the real-world benefits that make this investment worthwhile?
That's a great question, and that's exactly what we'll explore next. Let's dive into those benefits, starting with what might be the most compelling argument for microgrids: their ability to increase reliability and resilience.
That's a big one, especially in today's world. Businesses and communities can't afford to be at the mercy of the grid,
Yeah.
especially with, extreme weather events becoming more frequent and intense.
Exactly. A microgrid acts as an insurance policy against those disruptions.
Right.
Imagine a hospital or a data center,
Okay.
both with critical operations that can't afford any downtime.
Right.
A microgrid allows them to maintain essential functions even during a widespread outage.
So it's not just about convenience. It's about ensuring critical services and protecting lives and valuable data.
It is, and this concept of resilience extends beyond natural disasters. Microgrids can provide a level of energy security and independence that's increasingly valuable in a world facing potential disruptions from various sources.
Right.
Think about cybersecurity threats or even geopolitical instability.
Right.
Microgrids offer a layer of protection against those risks.
It's like having a backup generator, but on a much larger, more sophisticated scale.
Right.
And I've read about how the military is using mobile microgrids in the field,
Yeah.
which is fascinating.
Those mobile microgrids are a game changer, particularly for remote operations or disaster relief efforts. They provide a reliable source of power where and when it's needed most.
Wow.
But it's not just about resilience and security. Let's talk about the financial benefits.
Okay.
How can microgrids help businesses save money on energy costs?
That's a question I'm sure our listeners are eager to hear about.
Right.
Everyone's looking for ways to cut costs these days.
Right, and microgrids offer several avenues for savings.
Yeah.
First, by incorporating renewable energy sources, you're reducing your reliance on the traditional grid, and it's often volatile pricing.
Okay.
You're essentially generating your own power,
Right.
which can lead to significant savings over time.
So it's like having your own little power plants, right?
Yeah.
But how do you handle those times when renewable energy isn't available?
Right?
Wouldn't you still need to rely on the grid and its pricing fluctuations?
That's where energy storage comes in. Remember those batteries we talked about?
Yeah.
They can store excess renewable energy when it's plentiful and release it during peak demand hours when grid prices are typically higher.
So it's like playing the energy market, but in a way that benefits you.
Yeah.
You're buying low and selling high, essentially.
You could say that.
Yeah.
It's called energy arbitrage, and it's one of the ways microgrids can help businesses optimize their energy costs, but it goes beyond just shifting when you buy and sell energy. Microgrid control systems are constantly analyzing data and making adjustments to ensure everything is running as efficiently as possible.
It's like having an energy consultant working for you 24/7, constantly looking for ways to save you money.
Mhm.
That's pretty impressive.
It is.
But how do all these cost-saving measures tie into the bigger picture of sustainability?
Right.
I know that's a major concern for many businesses and municipalities.
Absolutely. And here's where it gets really exciting. All of these financial benefits align perfectly with the goals of sustainability and decarbonization.
Okay.
By incorporating renewable energy, reducing reliance on fossil fuels, and using energy more efficiently, Microgrids can make a significant contribution to reducing your environmental impact.
So it's not just about saving money. It's about doing the right thing for the planet.
Right.
That's a message that resonates with both customers and employees.
Uh,
It can really enhance a company's image and attract talent.
you're spot on, and it goes beyond image in a world where sustainability is becoming increasingly important. Having a microgrid can be a competitive advantage.
Right?
It can attract investors who are looking for companies committed to a cleaner future.
It's like a green beacon signaling to the world, hey, we're taking sustainability seriously.
Exactly.
And that's a powerful message in today's market. But with all these benefits, it sounds like microgrids are a pretty complex undertaking.
They can be.
What's involved in actually getting one up and running?
Well, that's where it's crucial to seek out experienced microgrid integrators.
Okay.
These are the experts who can assess your needs, design a customized solution, and guide you through the entire process.
So it's not something you can just DIY, right?
Right.
You need a team of specialists who understand the intricacies of microgrid technology.
Exactly. And that's what we'll delve into next. The importance of partnering with the right experts to unlock the full potential of microgrids.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into microgrids, what's the key takeaway for our listeners?
I think the big shift is in how we think about energy. Microgrids aren't just a backup power source. They're intelligent systems that give you control, resilience, efficiency, and sustainability.
Yeah, you're not just at the mercy of the grid anymore.
Exactly. And the benefits are substantial, from saving money and reducing emissions to attracting investors and top talent. It's about future-proofing your business or municipality.
And as A.D. Perkins said, in the world of microgrids, flexibility is currency. Those who adapt to their systems unlock opportunities others can't see.
I love that. It really highlights that microgrids are about more than just technology. They're about adapting to a changing energy landscape and seizing the opportunities.
So what's the first step for our listeners who are intrigued by microgrids? Where do they begin?
The most crucial step is connecting with experienced microgrid integrators.
Okay,
These are the specialists who can guide you through the entire process.
so don't go it alone. Find a partner who really understands microgrid technology.
Right. They'll assess your energy profile, design the system, handle the installation, and make sure everything is running smoothly.
To sum it up, microgrids are no longer a futuristic concept. They're a practical solution for a world facing energy challenges. They offer a level of control, reliability, and sustainability that you just can't get with a traditional grid connection alone.
And as more businesses and municipalities embrace this technology, we're paving the way for a future where energy is not just consumed, but intelligently managed at the local level.
A future where businesses and communities can thrive with resilient, efficient, and sustainable energy systems. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into microgrids.
It's been a pleasure. And remember, the power to transform your energy future is within your reach. Take that first step and explore the possibilities of microgrids.